Hey, what's going on everyone? We've got a pretty interesting update for the next Cloverfield movie. So as you guys know, I've been talking about this movie very recently because a lot of the stuff has kind of been ramping up for it. Initially it was supposed to be released in February, then it got pushed back to April 20th, and then we had kind of gotten some more viral teases and info trickling out from the movie, and stuff was looking like it was actually going to happen April 20th. Now, there's been new reports swirling around that the film will actually end up streaming on Netflix. The report first came from Tracking Board's Jeff Snyder a few days ago, as he dropped the rumor casually on his Twitter account, and then just recently the major trades like Deadline and Hollywood Reporter picked up on it and confirmed through their sources that this deal is in the works. So according to their sources, Netflix and Paramount have been talking. Nothing is certain yet, and it's not even close to being a deal, but it looks like things are in place that this could actually be a reality, where the third Cloverfield movie, which has been called God Particle and more recently Cloverfield Station, could end up going straight to the streaming service. And apparently, according to THR, the reason for this is because the new head of Paramount, Jim Giannopoulos, took over the reins last spring and watched the movies that he inherited and made some choices as to what is worth being released theatrically and what is not. As we know that Paramount just recently cleared a deal with Netflix in December to stream Annihilation, the upcoming Alex Garland directed sci-fi internationally. So this is all kind of interesting because so far the Cloverfield movies have actually been made for relatively low budgets, and they have done very well at the box office. I think together the first two movies cost $40 million and they made around $240 something million. So definitely they've been box office successes. They draw a very big crowd. You know, it's a cult film franchise, and I think that releasing it straight to Netflix is a bit of a bummer, but I can kind of see why they're doing it. And rumor has it behind the scenes this movie has been in kind of a development hell over the past year, because it actually finished filming in 2016 and it's been going to test audiences all of last year. And according to THR, their sources say that the movie needed work, and while J.J. Abrams expressed an intent to get down to business, it was too little, too late. Several sources suggest that Abrams' attention was taken up by his new assignment in directing Episode 9, which came unexpectedly as he had signed a first-look deal at Paramount, which means that taking on a picture for a rival studio was kind of weird and went around the back of Paramount, who was paying him money to stay exclusively at their studio developing projects for them. So that's kind of the bad news out of this news report, but there is a little bit of a cool thing that Deadline actually dropped casually in their synopsis for the film. So according to their source, they say the pick revolves around a scientific experiment aboard a space station involving a particle accelerator that has unexpected results involving alien life. The astronauts find themselves isolated, and following their horrible discovery, the space station crew must fight for survival. Now, originally the movie Life that came out last year was supposed to go at Skydance under Paramount, but Paramount passed on it because it was too similar to God Particle in that they had the space stations and the astronauts and the alien life form and all that sort of thing. So the projects were too similar. Paramount passed on Life in favor of doing a Cloverfield entry. Now, God Particle or Cloverfield Station is being described as the thing in deep space. And I'm just going to be speculating here, but perhaps the alien life that the astronauts stumble across in this movie could be connected to the aliens that we saw in 10 Cloverfield Lane. Now, for many hardcore fans of the Cloverfield franchise, if you remember back to 10 Cloverfield Lane's marketing campaign during the viral period, there was actually a message sent from the International Space Station in which astronauts were in a panic, which could be directly connected to the events of that alien invasion. I think that would perfectly tie in all three movies together, as perhaps the astronauts themselves could have been responsible for the aliens getting to Earth through whatever happened with the particle accelerator. Maybe they opened up a portal to another galaxy or another dimension where these creatures came out, but that's just speculation on my part. Hopefully they reuse some of the concepts from 10 Cloverfield Lane for the alien species. So a lot to take in this report, but the thing that's kind of sticking out to me is the fact that it could head straight to Netflix and be released a lot sooner than April 20th if that actually goes through. In my opinion, I'm kind of mixed on this because while I would love to see a new Cloverfield movie on the big screen because it does feel like sort of an event, to go out and see it in theaters, the idea of streaming it much sooner and at my leisure at home on Netflix is also very exciting. But drop your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you guys think of these new developments? And are you worried about the next Cloverfield movie going straight to Netflix? Do you think that it signals there's problems behind the scenes, J.J. Abrams' involvement being pushed out in favor of him doing Star Wars, the Paramount chief not really believing in the film going theatrical because it's, I guess, not big enough or not commercial enough, similar to the stuff that happened with Alex Garland's Annihilation? And for more updates on everything in the Cloverfield universe, be sure to subscribe to Hybrid Network. Thank you guys again for checking this video out. If you want to get even more updates from us, check out our social media platforms, our website for news and editorials, and if you want to see our content improve and help us out, donate to us on our Patreon and you can get exclusive rewards.